KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi there, good morning. It's 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. It is May 4th.
It's May 4th, and we have a special treat with Mark Austin in the house. Sarah Spivey.
Good to be here. A viewer posted, she watched our earlier hour, and she posted, not funny. I thought it was a weekday, and I thought I was late for work.
Well, we're happy that you are joining us, because we have fun here, Mark.
Yes, you guys do. It's good to be here. It's a good, positive vibe.
You're an honorary weekend warrior.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to have to deal with the humidity today. Once again, another humid day. The weather's starting to be a bit of a broken record. Outside right now, you can see the haze on the horizon from the higher humidity. It's 73 degrees outside, visibility down to 5 miles. We do have some areas of patchy drizzle out there right now, a lot like the last few mornings, and some patchy fog as well. So visibility kind of a little bit diminished because of that. So visibility down to 5 miles in Del Rio, down to less than 2 miles up in Fredericksburg. As we zoom in, only half a mile visibility as you get up the escarpment into parts of Kendall County. Right there at Bernie Stage Airfield, visibility down to half a mile. So for your weekend, we're going to have that morning drizzle today. Today is mainly just going to be a humid and warm day, 85, but there's a small 30% chance for an isolated storm. Now tomorrow, we have increased storm chances a little bit, 60%. So again, not a guarantee that everybody sees storms, but a good chance tomorrow, especially in the morning. And because of the extra rain out there, it'll be a little cooler, but still definitely humid. So coming up in the forecast, I'm going to detail for you that storm chance tomorrow. And we're going to talk about how the humidity, it's going to be pretty intense next week, and the heat as well. Heat index values in the triple digits, it's possible. Those details ahead. Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. An Amber Alert out of Carrizo Springs. The Dimmitt County Sheriff's Office is searching for 7-year-old Alva Clay and 5-year-old Royce Cruz. Law enforcement also searching for the suspect on your screen, the potential abduction of 37-year-old Dora Cruz. If you know anything about their whereabouts, call the Dimmitt County Sheriff's Office. That number also on your screen, 830-876-3500.
In other news, was it justified? It's a legitimate question as new video gives a clearer view of the moments leading up to a DPS trooper shooting and killing 37-year-old Luis Navarro near Converse. It's a story we've been following all week.
Yeah, DPS says the shooting happened after Navarro led troopers on a chase, and Thursday night we learned more about his history with law enforcement.
His family says they acknowledge his flaws, but they don't believe he was a threat when he got out of the car. Daniela Ibarra spoke with a former law enforcement officer who says what he saw is questionable.
A new and close perspective of a split-second decision. This witness video we acquired starts 3 seconds before a trooper shoots 37-year-old Luis Navarro. You can see Navarro pointing to the woman next to him and the trooper yelling at him to get on the ground. After a single gunshot, the video shows Navarro dropping to the ground, tossing his shirt to the side.
I'm not sure why the officer decided to fire.
Kevin LaChapelle is a criminal justice professor and former law enforcement officer in California. He watched 2 angles of the deadly shooting. What did you take away from those videos?
So what I take away from these videos is, first of all, we have to look at the mindset of the officer. For the individual to have fled, that's one thing right away. That's one thing right away that you have to look at and say, you know, the officer's thinking, why is this person fleeing? Are they fleeing from a crime, that they did something? So now they already have that heightened sense of awareness.
LaChapelle says the videos didn't show Navarro with a weapon, and DPS has not answered our questions about that. The agency says the trooper tried to pull Navarro over about 20 miles away in New Braunfels before Navarro led him on a chase. They say it ended at 1604 in FM 78 when Navarro crashed into an SUV. Right after the crash is when witnesses say the shooting happened. KSAT learned Navarro had a criminal history, including an active warrant for his arrest when he was shot. An indictment shows Navarro was accused of pointing a gun at a family member in 2019.
That's a perfect example that does play into it if the person had an active warrant for a serious crime like that, because they have a higher propensity to have violence against the officer. And so, this officer may well have felt like something was concealed. Something might have been concealed in the shirt, because there are many times that is a tactic
Do you think that the officer was justified in the shooting?
I'm not saying that. I can't form that opinion because from what I saw in the video, I still have questions.
And we ourselves have a lot of questions. We want to ask DPS. Yesterday was the third day in a row we've asked them for an interview. And again, they are not yet answering our questions.
So we also reached out to the Bexar County DA's office. They have a civil rights division that handles cases like this. They told us it's still being investigated and say they don't comment on pending cases.
We are not able to share the trooper's perspective of the shooting because we don't have it, but we requested the body camera footage. DPS does not have policies requiring them to release it. KSAT viewers have questioned why we are choosing to show the edited versions on air with permissions from Navarro's family. And in an effort to be transparent, we decided to share the full unedited bystander videos of the shooting. They're both up right now on KSAT.com.
In other news, today is election day for multiple municipalities here in Bexar County. Voters will be deciding school board trustee races as well as the fate of municipal and school district bond proposals. Early voting ended on Tuesday with more than 15,000 people casting their votes before today. Polls are open now and will close at 7 p.m. You can find polling locations and information about what to take with you. Just head to our website, KSAT.com.
And if you need a ride to the voting locations, VIA is offering free rides. If you plan to take the bus, you will need to show a valid voter registration card to the bus driver to get a free ride to the polling place that you are heading to. Right now, 8:06, 73 degrees.
If you haven't heard, KSAT is making the switch to NextGen TV. When we come back, we'll explain what that means and what you need to do to keep watching us.
Plus, the Dallas Mavericks moving on in the postseason after they beat the Clippers last night to win that series. We have morning sports coming up.
I know some people don't like this weather we've been having where it's just that constant like drizzle, cloud. Is it going to rain? It looks like it's always about to rain. I love it, and it's going to be here for the weekend. Sarah Spivey will explain when we come back.
It's the next generation of TV technology.
It's taking the over-the-air environment and making it digital.
It's a real upgrade for viewers.
So the reason why we have a new system is because everything's changing in the media landscape.
KSAT is making the switch to NextGen TV. If you watch KSAT on cable, streaming, or satellite, you do not have to do anything. But if you watch us using an antenna, you will have to rescan your TV to see KSAT once we make the switch. We're planning to do that on Monday at 2 p.m.
So understanding what NextGen TV is all about and why we're making the switch can be confusing. So if you have any questions, take out your phone, open your camera app, scan this QR code that's on your screen. It will take you to the section of our website dedicated to all you need to know.
And on Monday, we're holding a phone bank to answer questions. Phone lines will be open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Monday, and we'll release the number to call just before that phone line opens. Our KSAT Explains team also did an episode on NextGen TV, so you can check that out on our YouTube page or KSAT.com.
Sarah, what I'm really enjoying about this weather that we've been having, it reminds me of, did you read Twilight Forks?
Yeah, like in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, where like the vampires live because there's not a lot of sunlight, lots of rain.
Okay, here's the thing though, it's like kind of cooler over there.
True.
Here, it's
They don't
just
have this
humid.
Yeah.
Subtract like what, 25 degrees.
Yeah, it's just humid. And
Right.
you know,
But let's go with it.
In my head, I'm in Forks.
there's a really specific set of millennial women that's going to really
Talking to you,
understand
ladies.
what she's talking about. Hey, but the humidity does increase the molds. And so we got to talk about that first. Pollen count. Molds are high. They're up even higher than they were yesterday. I'm feeling it. If you're feeling it, it's the molds. That's the reason for your wheezing and sneezing. Outside right now, we have got a very humid morning. Surprise, surprise. It's like the last several mornings. 73 degrees in San Antonio right now. Bernie at 68, 73 in New Braunfels. Castroville, good morning at 75, 74 in Pleasanton. Visibility is low too. We're not seeing that perfect 10 visibility. And the reason why is because we've got areas of fog and even some mist and drizzle out there this morning. Visibility down to 2.5 miles at Stinson, down to 4 miles in New Braunfels, down to 0.5 mile at Bernie State Osage Airfield. So again, there are areas of mist and drizzle out there this morning. That's going to be our morning's forecast in your KSAT 12-hour forecast. By noon, it is still going to be cloudy. And in the afternoon, we'll see peaks of sunshine. High temperature right near 85 degrees today. And there's a small 20 to 30% chance for an afternoon shower or storm. Southeast winds breezy at times at about 15 miles per hour. It's going to be even warmer out to the west. 92 in Del Rio, Eagle Pass 92, Carrizo Springs 92, 95 in Laredo. In the hill country where it's going to stay cloudier for longer, temperatures are only going to get up into the low 80s. 81 Bernie, 81 Kerrville. Bulverde will be at 81 degrees, but generally the mid to upper 80s around San Antonio, 89 in Pleasanton, 88 in Floresville. Our storm chances peak tomorrow at about 60%. So we have raised storm chances slightly for your Sunday, mainly in the morning. The thing about this weather pattern, though, is it creates random storm motion and movement. In fact, you can see from a look at the satellite and radar from yesterday's storms, as they move to the east, they move to the south, they move in all different directions, very unorganized in their motion. And so that's why I can't guarantee 100% rain tomorrow, but I can say 60% chance. And the reason for that is we do have better lifting for the showers and storms to start from a cold front up in the Panhandle. Notice it's only 48 degrees at Amarillo this morning, but it's a lot warmer here in San Antonio. Now, that front is going to fire off a cluster of storms that will introduce another chance for severe weather and tornadoes for areas like Midland, Odessa, and San Angelo. We're on the tail end of that severe weather threat today and overnight, so we'll be monitoring carefully, but something I want to let you know is that areas from Midland to San Angelo have the highest chance for severe weather. And you can see that on our futurecast. That's the area that will be dealing with the storms today around 8 p.m. Now, remember how I said storm motion is a bit random? This cluster of storms could move east and totally miss us. But odds are it'll at least move somewhat south and bring us some showers and storms. Again, that's why we have that 60% chance in the morning, mainly a little bit into the early afternoon. But again, chances stand at 60%. Then our week ahead is all about the heat. Our high temperatures are going to be in the mid 90s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but with high humidity, it's going to feel like it's 100 degrees outside. And looking ahead, at least there is some relief in our near future. It does look like a cool front is going to move through Friday, and even though it's not going to make it crisp and cool outside, it is going to take away some of the humidity so that by Friday, that 85 is going to feel pretty good, especially in the shade because we'll have less humidity. I'll keep you posted about those storm chances tomorrow. In fact, I'll be here tracking those storms in the morning. And then I want to talk about our yard work forecast. You know, the weekend is a time where people want to break out the lawnmowers, but you may want to hold off for a little bit.
She's speaking your love language.
She is the yardio.
Yeah.
Yardio.
It's the best workout you'll get. Trust me.
It is a pretty good workout.
It's a good workout. I put
best workout? I don't know.
No, I put my watch on.
Yeah.
And I do my heart rate. I'll burn like 600 calories mowing the front and backyard. 600 calories.
I've always loved yard work. It's good. And you get some sun too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Sarah, thank you. Right now we're at 8:16, 72 degrees.
When we come back, a look at your morning sports with Mark and a recap of the Rangers and Astros games from yesterday.
Welcome back. Time for a look at morning sports. This morning, the LA Clippers are Kawhiing this morning. Kawhiing? No? Luka Doncic.
Oh, got it. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay.
Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving carried the Mavs past the Clippers last night, 114-101 to advance the second round of the NBA playoffs. Doncic had 28 points, 13 assists. Kyrie scored 28 of his 30 points after halftime. Co-stars of the Mavs tag team for a second half surge to get Dallas the win. Clippers head coach Tyronn Lue said his team just ran out of gas in the second half of the game. Mavs now have a 3-day break before taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder Tuesday night at 8:30 for Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals. Texas at Kansas City start a 3-game series. Top of the third, Corey Seager breaks up a scoreless game with this RBI single to left field. It's 1-zip Rangers, but it was all Royals after that. KC comes back to win it for a final score of 7-1. Mariners at Astros, bottom of the 7th, Jose Altuve steals second base, joining the 300 stolen bases club. third most stolen bases in Stroh's history, adding to his Hall of Fame worthy career. Congrats. Astros beat Seattle last night 5-3. Both Texas teams play just after 6 p.m. later today. Soccer and Star Wars put together. Tonight at 7:30, San Antonio FC will host the Oakland Roots for Star Wars night. SAFC will wear these pregame jerseys featuring Baby Yoda, Grogu, and you can bid on them with proceeds going to Special Olympics. We sent KSAT photographer Mark Mendez and producer Daniel Villanueva, both some of the biggest Star Wars geeks ever, to talk Star Wars with one of the players.
What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Episode 3. Yeah.
Well, why that one?
Because that's when Anakin turns into Vader.
Is that your favorite character?
Vader. I like the evil guys. Vader, Palpatine. They just have that aura about them, so I like them a lot.
If there was one player on this team that is like Han Solo, which one would that be?
Maybe Mitch. I would say Mitch. Yeah, or Captain Mitch Tainter. I would give him that Han Solo role. He's sometimes can be a little not rebellious. I don't know, he gives me that vibe, Han Solo vibe.
Every Han Solo has a Chewbacca. Who's the Chewbacca on this team?
Who's his Chewbacca? Maybe Carter. Maybe Carter is his Chewbacca. They mix well together. They always have some banter going on. And
do you think the team could score more goals if they were allowed to run around with lightsabers on the field?
I think we'd score more goals if we had the Force.
A Star Wars day, and that producer, Daniel Villanueva, living his best life. He got to talk sports and Star Wars all at the same event.
That was cute. What Star Wars character would you be?
I don't know. I'm not sure. You know what? I was the biggest Star Wars fan back in the day because I remember, I think I was 10 when the very first Star Wars movie came out.
Wow.
How about you?
I think I'd be Grogu because you're just like taken care of.
Adorable, but you eat frogs.
Right, you eat frogs, but when you get mad, he gets big mad.
That's true.
Yeah.
Is that fully you?
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. A ringing endorsement from Spivey over there in the Weather Lab. Oh my gosh, you guys crack me up. 8:23, 73 degrees.
We'll be right back.
I don't know if they're watching by accident or if this was intentional, but they're waking up on Saturday. My mom and dad are watching this. Probably on the KSAT Plus app in Charlotte, North Carolina this morning. Hi, Mom and Dad. Good morning.
Hi, Mark Austin's mom and dad. Good morning. Thank you for watching us on GMSA Weekends.
That's right. We're halfway through this hour right now.
It is 8:26 and 73 degrees.
Don't go there. Don't do that. Coming up on GMSA, Donald Trump's former White House communications director and once one of his closest aides took the stand in his hush money trial in New York yesterday. What she said when being questioned by prosecutors.
Plus, with Cinco de Mayo tomorrow, how people are feeling about going back to Market Square to celebrate after last weekend's deadly shooting to end Fiesta. John Paul Barajas spoke with some visitors and vendors to find out.
And a good morning to you. It's 8:30 on your Saturday, May 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
I'm glad we did that. Sarah, okay, so I want to be Grogu. That's my Star Wars character. Mark's still deciding.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know you want to say Han Solo. Just own it.
I do?
Yeah, lean real hard into that.
I know. You got to feed me the line, right?
Oh, yeah.
Han, I love you.
Han, I love you.
I know.
There it is.
Yeah, perfect.
You're perfect. Okay, Sarah, who's your character?
I'm going to do it.
Do it. Oh.
That was your Wookiee?
That was my Wookiee attempt.
You're our Chewbacca.
Yes.
Aww.
I guess I am.
I love that for you.
Way to go, Chewie.
I'm so strong. And tall.
And lovable.
Oh, okay.
Chewie's lovable.
Well, there we go. Thank you for that, Sarah. I appreciate that very sincere compliment. Okay, what I want to start though with is, should you do your yard work this weekend? Well, unfortunately, I think it's best to hold off, not only because it's damp out there right now, but also because tomorrow I expect us to see some additional showers and storms. And then by Monday, even though the rain chance is not high, there still could be some morning drizzle. And then also if we get a decent amount of rain tomorrow, it's probably not ideal. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I think that's when you get the green light to mow the lawn. Until then, I would hold off. As for today, again, mainly humid. There's a small chance for an isolated storm in the afternoon, but the bigger rain chances this weekend are tomorrow. particularly in the morning. We've got a 60% chance for storms overnight and into the morning hours. But then finally, I do want to talk about in the forecast how next week is going to be exceptionally hot and humid. We're going to be looking at heat index values in the triple digits already. And then, thankfully, though, a cool front does arrive late next week. It's not necessarily going to get cool, but it's going to feel a lot better outside. I'll tell you why, and we'll talk about our storm chance tomorrow coming up. Mark.
Thank you, Sarah. Conspiracy and bribery, those are the charges Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar and his wife are facing this morning. That's according to an indictment from the U.S. Department of Justice. It states that between 2014 and 2021, Cuellar and his wife took nearly $600,000 worth of bribes from an Azerbaijan-controlled energy company and a bank down in Mexico. In exchange, Cuellar is accused of agreeing to advance their interests here in the U.S. Now, back in 2022, the FBI searched Cuellar's house down in Laredo. At the time, Cuellar's attorney said he was not the target of that investigation and that the search was a part of a broader investigation related to Azerbaijan. Cuellar released a statement yesterday saying in part, quote, "I want to be clear that both my wife and I are innocent of these allegations. Everything I have done in Congress has been to serve the people of South Texas." He goes on to say, "Let me be clear, I'm running for re-election and will win this November."
Well, Fiesta 2024 is in the books, but as preparations for another party at Market Square underway, there are still questions about the safety in the wake of that deadly shooting last weekend.
KSAT's John Paul Barajas was at Market Square yesterday ahead of Cinco de Mayo celebrations, and he says people he talked with say Cinco de Mayo feels different than Fiesta, and many feel confident this weekend won't be anything like last weekend.
Crowds are not the same crowds. They're not. Younger kids don't want to come and celebrate with the kind of music that we have for Cinco de Mayo.
It's different people. This weekend will be more tourists, and during Fiesta, it's more locals.
But the early Sunday morning shooting that killed 2 suspects and left 4 women hurt is still top of mind for both vendors and visitors at Market Square.
Followed by more. And so we thought, no, hit the ground.
You can have all the security that you think that you might have to control everything, but when something breaks out, it's going to be a little tough.
This weekend, SAPD has said they will have an additional officer at Market Square. As for what safety measures will be added for Fiesta 2025, that's to be determined. But there is already ideas.
They need to gate it. They need to close it. They need to close the whole thing.
If you do plan to attend Cinco de Mayo celebrations at Market Square, that event will go from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. both Saturday and Sunday, which ends several hours earlier than Fiesta de los Reyes, which is another reason why city officials are saying this weekend is simply not the same as Fiesta. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, JP. In your morning headlines, day 11 of the hush money trial of former President Donald Trump ended with one of the most high-profile witnesses yet, Hope Hicks. That's the former White House communications director, once one of Trump's closest aides, broke down on the stand for the prosecution. ABC's Chuck Severson shares what she said.
Hope Hicks, once one of Donald Trump's most trusted advisors, took the witness stand in his hush money criminal trial on Friday. Much of her testimony centering around the Access Hollywood tape released in October 2016, just weeks before the election, where Mr. Trump could be heard bragging about groping women. Hicks testifying that the tape left her a little stunned. She was briefly asked about Stormy Daniels, the adult film actress, to whom prosecutors say Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer, paid $130,000 in order to buy her silence ahead of the 2016 election. Jurors were shown an email Hicks received on November 4, 2016, from the Wall Street Journal, as the paper was preparing to break the story that National Enquirer parent company AMI paid off former Playboy playmate Karen McDougal. That article also mentioning Stormy Daniels and claims of an affair with Trump. Hicks testifying that the president wanted to make sure the response to the paper denied any relationship with Daniels. As the defense began cross-examination, Hicks broke down on the witness stand, the defense asking for a break. The jury then sent out of the courtroom. When she returned, a brief cross-examination. Following court, Trump saying this about her testimony.
I was very interested in what took place today.
Testimony resumes Monday morning with a new witness as Trump awaits Judge Juan Merchan's ruling on 4 additional alleged gag order violations after the judge found the former president guilty of 9. Chuck Severson, ABC News, New York.
College graduation ceremonies beginning this weekend amid days of unrest and escalating confrontations over the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza. Many universities are holding their ceremonies with heightened security. Some U.S. schools have guests enter through metal detectors. Just days ahead of graduation at the University of South Florida, police were seen throwing what appeared to be tear gas and arresting pro-Palestinian protesters who authorities say unlawfully created an encampment on campus.
They unleashed hundreds of riot police on us to incapacitate us with chemicals, tackle us to the ground.
That I've decided that I'm not going to walk in graduation. I can't do it.
The students should be the priority at a university.
At Columbia University in New York, the epicenter of the pro-Palestinian movement on college campuses, the NYPD will be patrolling campus through at least the 17th, days after their graduation ceremonies. According to a CNN analysis, there have been more than 2,000 people arrested on U.S. college campuses since April 18th.
In other news, Walgreens is reportedly limiting online sales of a gummy candy after a big bump in popularity because of a viral video review. So according to USA Today, the pharmacy chain is limiting online sales of gummy mango peelable candy to 1 bag per customer. Walgreens released a peelable candy last fall. A glowing TikTok review blew up in January because causing the product to sell out nationwide in just 4 days. Walgreens credits the product's rise in popularity to that and other social media influencers as a result of the product's success. So Walgreens plans to sell it more in more stores starting on the 22nd. And back here at home, it's the trip of a lifetime. Yesterday, 20 veterans were flown from San Antonio International Airport to Washington, D.C. They'll be spending the weekend visiting national memorials dedicated to their service. It's thanks to the nonprofit Honor Flight San Antonio. This flight is actually the 18th flight for the charity. Yesterday, I caught up with some of the veterans before their flight departed. Twins Darlene Wallace and Irene Battle joined the U.S. Air Force together.
Both really appreciate and love the community in San Antonio and the recognition of the military. It is Military City, USA.
After the trip to our nation's capital, the veterans will fly back tomorrow and will be received with a water cannon salute when they touch down. Mark, I love doing this story.
Yeah.
It never really gets old.
You've done a couple of them, right?
Yeah, and I especially meeting the twins.
Sure.
I know there's a group from Eagle Pass, a big group from there, and then just, hearing everyone's stories.
Yeah. I remember back when these started, it was mainly World War II and Korean War veterans. Now we've moved on to Vietnam and even Gulf War veterans are starting to show up for these honor flights.
Yeah, I asked, any World War II? They said no. They had one Korean war veteran, but majority Vietnam.
Yeah, most of the greatest generation are now gone. 8:39, 73 degrees.
Well, coming up, a look at some of the events going around, happening in San Antonio this weekend.
And it may be Saturday, but we have to keep our awareness up as we go into the latter part of the weekend due to the possibility of strong to severe showers and thunderstorms that are in Sarah's forecast. We'll talk to her coming up. If you're looking for something to do this week, you can head out to the Helotes Carnival. It's continued today and tomorrow. The festival honors the area's heritage and celebrations traditional corn harvests. The name Helotes is derived from the Spanish word elote, or corn on the cob. It's fun for the whole family, and have everything you need to know about it over at KSAT.com.
Reminds me, I need to harvest our corn in the KSAT garden. If you're driving around the Alamo Dome area, you might notice some traffic because Disney on Ice is back in town. There are 3 performances today and 2 tomorrow. Take the kids to see Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and their other favorite Disney characters. You still can buy tickets now. We have a link for that on our web story.
All right, the Majestic is going to be full of kids today because Baby Shark's big Broadway tour is there today.
No, Sarah, stop.
Nobody's going to do it? Okay.
She was
doing
you were getting ready. You're winding up.
2 performances later today. The show brings to life the animated series Baby Shark's Big Show. It'll be interactive with music and visual effects, so little ones are sure to love it. We have all these stories and more on KSAT.com. Just go to Things to Do section under the Entertainment tab. I left you guys an opening.
All I was doing.
Yeah, that's all
I was doing.
It's all it took.
I wasn't going to sing it.
I knew it was happening. You were like, you started.
I wasn't going to
You were
sing
growing
it. I wasn't going to sing it.
You were going to. No.
But hey, you know what? It is going to be a good weekend to enjoy some time probably indoors, especially tomorrow, because tomorrow we have much higher rain chances in the morning. Today, though, I mean, just humid. If you can stand the humidity and be outside, go for it. I mean, 73 degrees outside right now. It's already 79 in Laredo, already almost 80 degrees in Laredo. 77 in Del Rio. Good morning, Kerrville. It's 71 degrees. 73 in New Braunfels. 72 in Austin. It is humid. Dew points at the absolute top of our humidity scale. Oppressively humid with dew points in the 70s. The atmosphere is primed for rain. It is so humid outside. All we need is something to kickstart our showers and storms, and that's going to happen over parts of West Texas today. We'll talk more about that in a bit. First, though, I want to mention the humidity will eventually see at least some relief from the humidity. We have to wait until Friday when a weak cool front will move through, but that's at least going to drop the humidity levels until it feels pretty pleasant outside by Saturday. But until then, we got to deal with the high humidity. And of course, summer is right around the corner. So looking at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, fog and drizzle out there this morning, like the last several mornings. It's still going to be fairly cloudy around noon, 78 degrees. In the afternoon, mostly cloudy and a small 20 to 30% chance for a stray shower or storm. High temperature today, 85, and it's going to be very humid all day long. I want to take a moment and I want to talk about how across the state of Texas we have had a lot of weather. There was tornadoes out near the San Angelo area yesterday, but the biggest impact to a lot of people has been the rainfall north of Houston. From Huntsville to Livingston, down to Montgomery, and down to the Woodlands just north of Houston, many places have seen widespread 15 to 17 inches of rain, with even a few pockets of 20 plus inches of rainfall. That has led to some flooding. Take a look at this video out in Montgomery County, Texas, and you can see the flooding there, covering about half of that house. And of course, there were several water rescues. The San Jacinto River is completely in flood stage. This is a look at some drone footage of Livingston, Texas. You can see the homes there underwater. So parts of Texas have received way too much rain. Meanwhile, here in San Antonio, we could still use some more rain. We still have drought. We, of course, don't want flooding, but we still have drought. And this is a look at the satellite and radar. Over the last day or so, we've had random storm development over parts of central Texas. And that kind of storm development where you see storms pop up and they kind of are slow moving and they move in random directions, that's again what's going to happen across Texas today. We've got a cool front across the panhandle. Unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing temperatures like they're seeing in Amarillo where they're in the 40s. But this cold front is going to spark off a few severe storms from San Angelo down to Fort Stockton today. That's later at around 8 o'clock in the evening. Now, these storm motion will be random. So either this cluster of storms could miss us to the east or it could move south and hit us in San Antonio. And that is possible by tomorrow morning. We'll continue to keep an eye on that for you. I do think storm chances are higher tomorrow morning at about 60%. Then we see them gradually decrease into the later afternoon hours. So the highest chance for storms tomorrow morning at 60%. That's going to keep our temperatures in the 70s tomorrow. The biggest thing we'll be looking out for with those storms tomorrow morning is localized flooding issues, because the ground is fairly saturated. Even though we could use more rain, we're still in drought. We'll keep you posted on that. I'll be here tracking those storms tomorrow. Then the big story next week is the heat. Getting up to 95 degrees on Wednesday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it's going to feel like it's in the triple digits.
I'm just so wary of storms this time of year. There was a tornadic thunderstorm up near Abilene yesterday, and it stayed that way all the way past San Angelo, moving down this way overnight.
Into Junction, that area, and it was an impressive storm to see on the radar because the circulation was so well defined. Now, hopefully we won't see any of that today, but there is a chance for tornadoes out near Fort Stockton and that area. So we'll keep you posted.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Sarah. Of course, download our KSAT Weather Authority app.
Absolutely.
10 till 73 degrees.
We'll be right back.
May the 4th, we've been mentioning all morning. Today is Star Wars Day. And fans of the franchise are finding so many ways to celebrate. Hey, easy.
I'm sorry. I'm just really excited.
I'm a Jedi Master.
Well, then I'm a Sith Lord. ABC's Will Gans is gearing up for it. May the 4th be with you.
The Force is strong this morning.
May the Force be with you.
Happy May the 4th! We're about to have the best Star Wars summer party ever to celebrate!
Superfans gearing up for a 21-hour movie marathon, as all 9 Skywalker Saga Star Wars films will screen back to back to back in dozens of theaters across the country.
May the Force be with us all.
Fans at those special screenings will get a sneak peek at The Acolyte, also from our parent company, premiering June 4th on Disney+.
What is that?
In galaxies not so far away, fans like Erica Childs dressing up for special screenings of The Phantom Menace in honor of its 25th anniversary.
Whatever, man. You just don't get it. Boy, I love you.
And back here in this galaxy, Luke Skywalker himself popped into the White House yesterday.
I called him Mr. President. He said, "You can call me Joe." And I said, "Can I call you Joe B-1 Kenobi?"
And you won't need the Force to score some galactically good deals on Star Wars merch today. Target offering 20% off select Star Wars merchandise. Macy's holding a buy one, get one 40% off sale of select Star Wars toys. And Funko is offering a buy 3, get 1 free sale on their Star Wars items. And check out this 7-foot animated Darth Vader decoration with seasonal accessories on sale today while supplies last at HomeDepot.com.
Well, we'll mention the movie marathons going on today. 2 Santikos theaters are showing all these Star Wars movies in the Mine and Northwest theaters. I don't know if you can still get tickets for those, but they're happening.
Jedis use Energizer, by the way.
And by the way, tomorrow is May 5th. It's Revenge of the 5th.
That's right. Yes. Hey. This originated, by the way, Star Wars Day originally in Toronto back in 2011 with a trivia game and costume contest, and now it's gone way bigger than that.
I mean, come on. It's fun.
It is kind of fun.
Did you break your...
No, it's. I was conserving my energy.
Oh, you were conserving your...
Time now is 8:55. Yes, I'm pointing a lightsaber to you. It's 73 degrees.
We'll be right back. They made us put away the lightsaber.
The lightsabers, yeah, that's probably for the best.
Our producer who owns them called and said we need to be gentle.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Hardy, I hope you're watching.
But he, I mean, one of our morning show producers, he's one of those huge Star Wars guys, and he's been to Disney World and built a custom lightsaber, and they cost $200. And he's got more than one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's quite an investment.
Very cool.
I'm a big. I've got a stack of old Star Wars comic books at home. I'm hoping to.
Oh,
be worth something
you
one
need
day.
to look into how much those are worth now, Mark.
8:58, 73 degrees.
Still more to come on GMSA with finals around the corner for students. Test anxiety, it's a real thing. What doctors are saying can help ease those anxieties and what they can do to better prepare.
Plus, when's the last time you checked your credit report? Mistakes can easily be made, and if you're not checking, you might be missing them. I'll tell you about some easy ways you can check your report.